So here's another look at my dash. So I put this piece on here and built this front dash so I could put my flip screen stereo right here. And then I wanted to go ahead and add this piece, which is for my switches and my push button popper doors and all my switches and maybe some gauges. My vents for my air conditioner heat, vents for air conditioner heat. I'll put Monte Carlo SS here and chrome badges. Right here is the vent for the heat and air. Also, there's a vent right here for the dash cover underneath the steering wheel. There's a vent here. I'll relocate that. But so I was in a rush when I put this together. So I didn't sand anything. I didn't Bondo anything in here. So I got, this big hole here I gotta fill in and do all that. But I gotta put another layer here to keep this thing flush and straight. And then what I was doing here was making sure I'm gonna be able to fit my radio on here. I mean, my radio is gonna slide in here, but making sure that I have the holes here. So this thing goes on here. Once I get this all sanded and bed liner to make it look like this black, flat black here with the texture, I'll sand all this and bed liner it and then paint it black. But as you can see, this will go on here. It'll look just like a, so I'll start getting my switches laid out, getting my buttons laid out and everything. But right now I'm about to take this epoxy because I missed a couple of holes here and here and a hole here on this side right here on the corner. But everything else is epoxied. And I also reinforced it by taking fiberglass and putting some fiberglass on the back side of here. So now that that's done, I'm going to take this epoxy and fill these holes in. Then I got to come smoothing in. Then I'm going to come in with Bondo, round everything off, figure out where I'm going to put my switches, my push button to pop the popper doors, and get this all, nice and smooth like this up here. Make sure everything's nice and smooth and then give it a bed liner texture. As well as this, I'll put 2 more layers of fiberglass on here and let it harden up. But I did get some pieces of scrap wood. So what I'm hoping to get is this tiki wood here. So I could create some vent inserts for the original. Because most of the time people are throwing the original out, putting new pieces in, but I've stuck to the original pattern. Now I just need to custom mold some vent inserts right here because of the screws that mount to the firewall. So once I get all that cleaned up, and then like I said, I'm thinking about putting these, my set of gauges right there. Not for sure yet. If I'm going to, it'll be something like that. Something like that. Not sure yet, but I got it almost just the way I want it to be. $1,500 Vantage heating and air system. And so I'm making sure I got this vent, this vent, this vent. I think there was like one vent right here. And there's the one vent right here, so I'm trying to use all that. But I definitely got to invest in a router to make other parts and components to this build, as far as like speaker boxes and stuff like that. But I need to fill this hole in, make sure all this is filled in around here. That way my stereo is setting solid. As you can see, I got it tilted forward just enough to clear that vent. It's tilted forward just enough. It's very centered, tilted forward, and my screen will come out of it and fold up. I'll put my AC controls here, AC and heater controls here out of like a Mustang or Acura or just anything really. And then right now I'm going to work on this, but this is going to take me a while to finish. But I made it this far, and I started this idea 2 years ago. And right here's my idea coming to life on the Monte Carlo SS Dash. So again, I'll be wrapping this piece in plastic and putting this away so it don't get broken or destroyed. And at the end of the day, it's going to look just like this texture and this color. I'm thinking either black or gray on the dash, or black interior to match my seats. But as you can see, this is a factory fit, factory look. And I've seen a lot better, but this is just working with injuries and low income and rehabilitation. So this is Christopher Lewis signing off.